Good morning. Welcome to the WEX Wakeup for Monday, March 4th. I'm Christy Matino. Our top story this morning, it was a big win for GOP presidential candidate Nikki Haley, who defeated Trump in the Washington, D.C. Republican primary on Sunday. And this is a big deal because this is her first win in any of the primaries so far. Haley received roughly 62% support compared to Trump's 33%, with 99% of those votes counted. Haley's campaign released this statement saying, quote, "It's not surprising that Republicans closest to Washington dysfunction are rejecting Donald Trump in all his chaos." But Trump's campaign had a different response to the news, saying, "While Nikki has been soundly rejected throughout the rest of America, she was just crowned Queen of the Swamp by the lobbyists and DC insiders that want to protect the failed status quo." Haley is expected in Texas today in her final push to gather more support before tomorrow's Super Tuesday elections. And despite Haley's DC primary victory, some lawmakers in her party are still calling for her to drop out. One of those people being Senator Markwayne Mullin, who says Haley has to start being realistic.
At some point, you got to call it. I thought she would call it after she lost her own state in a horrible fashion. Now that we go into Super Tuesday, there's not a chance she's going to win a single state.
But Haley has said there are voters who are so against Trump they will not win them over, and their votes will instead just go to President Joe Biden. 40% of South Carolina voters reported their vote was simply against Trump.
They look at him more as an incumbent. She has that group of individuals, and she can get anybody can put their name on any ballot when it's one-on-one and get 20 to 30% of the vote.
And Vice President Kamala Harris is calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. She's echoing an increasing number of Democrats calling for the ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war, putting pressure on Hamas to accept a deal amid what she described as a humanitarian catastrophe.
Hamas claims it wants a ceasefire. Well, there is a deal on the table. And as we have said, Hamas needs to agree to that deal.
Harris said the threat Hamas poses to Israel must be eliminated and said they have no regard for innocent life. Yet she also called on Israel to increase the flow of aid into the war-torn territory in Gaza.
Let's get a ceasefire. Let's reunite the hostages with their families. And let's provide immediate relief to the people of Gaza.
Thanks for joining us this morning on the WEX Wake Up. Be sure to give us a follow on our website and our social media so you stay in the know of all those headlines trending in politics.